Welcome back to Divinity Virtue. My name is Dustin Taylor. This is going to be a awesome video. I should call it Do Not Do What Dustin Does in Any Work Situation. So if you see my last video, I was working retail for the Christmas season. And I go in today and start learning more products, helping out customers, actually made about $5,000 in sales. And because Black Friday was coming up, I guess what they wanted to do is they wanted to put price tags on every box to let customers know the price for Black Friday. And so, no lie, I thought that my job was stay in my area, which was car and audio, to learn the products and to sell to customers. That's honestly what I thought my job was. So I go in for my break, and the manager goes, "Oh, hey, how's your day been going so far?" And I said, a little bit tiring, but I'm going to have my break, and then I'll go back and hammer out some more sales. And he goes, "Well, it just seems like you don't really like it here." And I said, "What does that mean?" I'm like, I show up early, I stay late, I sell, I'm learning products. What do you mean? And he goes, "Well, all the other sales employees have been putting on tags on things, and you just didn't jump in and help out anyone." And I said, "Well, I didn't know that that was what I was supposed to do. I assumed that if you guys needed help, you would ask, 'Hey, I need help.'" So typically when they said, "Hey, we need help," they would page someone and go, "Sales associate to the front for some help or customer assistance," stuff like that. So I didn't ever know that I was supposed to just assume to jump in and put on tags. And I go, "Okay." And I go, "So what's that mean?" He goes, "Well, our small little group here, it's like you didn't really come in to know anyone or get to know anyone better, or stuff like this." And I said, "Well, I didn't I didn't actually say anything. I just thought to my head, like, I don't go to work to become friends with people at work." It sounds weird, but I'm not trying to mix work with pleasure. When I go to work, I know that you're paying for me to be there. So my job should be whatever you need done, I'm willing to do it. But you can't assume that I know everything, especially if I've only been there for a couple of weeks. Like, the assumption was kind of different today. So I got fired. Good learning lesson. I guess the lesson is don't do anything that Dustin would do. I've been fired probably 80, 85 times. I got fired a month and change ago from the casino. They set me up. I called them out on it. It is what it is. I've been fired. Yeah, my first job, I got fired because somebody stole my PIN card at the golf course, broke into the back shop, stole golf products, and then because it was my PIN card, it was blamed on me. Even though I have never stolen anything in my entire life, I got that fired. And my next firing, I put full availability Monday to Sunday. But I was in high school and I had football practice. And then when I told them I had football practice, I couldn't make it during the week, they let me go. Job after that, I got hit on by somebody, and at that time I might have been younger, and I'm a very straight individual, so I didn't really know how to respond properly that way. So I kind of made a big scene, got fired. I have been fired so many times, and it's getting crazy because at the end of the day, I just want to show up, pay off my bills, get this company going, and help people get ahead. I obviously know how to go to interviews. I obviously know how to dress for the part. I've done sales my entire life. I've been in situations where I've done car sales. Oh, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever the number is. It fluctuates because in the car industry, typically, if you're the last man on the totem pole, which I have been, you get fired. So sometimes that happens. But then I've also been at car dealerships where if you don't hit a certain gross or a certain amount of cars sold, you get fired. And can remember that I had a manager one time. Every month he'd go, "I'm going to fire you, Dustin. I'm going to fire you. And I go, no, you're not. And he goes, well, you only have 7 or 8 vehicles sold this month. And I go, yeah, well, look at the gross. The gross alone is more than what most people sell at 20 vehicles. But it is what it is. I also worked for a business development where our job was, it was a currency exchange. And our job was to transfer people from their current provider to us. And I remember getting this deal with this one guy, and it was a $50 million deal. So he was exchanging money from Canadian to American to euros or pounds. I don't remember which one it was on overseas, but it was one of the two. And I did all the work and everything, and then I had to pass it off to a um, senior currency person, I guess. And I'm pretty sure her commission it was half. So it's not 1%; it was half. So it was half of a percent, and it was a $50 million deal. Is that not? I don't know how much that was, but I'm pretty sure her commission was over 6 figures, and she didn't say thank you. She just rang me out, and I just said, "Well, hey, I guess next time I won't be passing off any deals to you if you can't even say thank you." That was on my birthday. I got fired for that one. I remember I called my mom the B word. Got fired for that one. Worked in construction and landscaping companies, and I've had it where they beat you down every day. Just I'm a big guy. I can remember working in concrete, and they would put me on the wheelbarrow, and a wheelbarrow full of cement is 400 to 600 pounds every wheelbarrow. And being a big guy, like I can handle the load, but you're not going to get 100 loads out of me. You're going to break me down, and I'm going to be tired. And then the next day, I'm going to show up and look like a big pile of potatoes, a sack of potatoes. So I've been fired that way. I've worked on farms. Farmers are tough to work for. It's 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, till 8 at night, 9 at night. There's no break times. It's just pretty much eat when you have free time. They swear at you consistently. I remember I was working for a farmer once because I didn't know how to change a heavy duty truck, like change the oil and whatnot. And mechanically, I got fired for that. I can remember I was working for a phone company. I smoked a lot of pot back in the day, and I decided to get high, and they caught on, and I got fired for that. I I've been fired so many times that I think the thing should be is I can get you hired. Yeah, that's almost a guarantee now. I think I can get anyone hired any position that they want to be in. And I can even tell you what to not do. Essentially, show up, be friends with everyone. If customers yell at you or anything, swallow your pride because they're the ones who are paying for everything. Say, hey, I'm sorry. You know, this is what I'm going to do for you. This is how I can help you. Try and make it better that way. I just can't even tell you how crazy this is. I knew something was going on today. Just the way that people were treating me. It was just a very interesting mindset because I think if you would have said, "Hey, can you help us?" or "Dustin to the front," I would have been there. I have no problem helping. But if you assume that I should be doing something, don't assume because that just makes an ass of you and me. So I've been fired for that. You know, man, I used to work in kitchens. I'm going to tell you right now, those are some of the worst jobs you can ever work for. They break you down, they pay you very little, and they expect the world from you. And I've worked at places like, oh, I don't even know, A&W. Let's go to A&W for example. They put me on poutine, and you know, $5 for a poutine, eh, pretty expensive. However, if you had Dustin at your poutine station, you're getting 5 pounds for the same $5. So once they figured out that poutine sales were through the roof because, well, I loaded it up on cheese, gravy, fries, pressed that thing down. Yeah, got fired for that. Oh, I can't even tell you how many times I've been fired. It's getting crazy. I don't even know what to say anymore. I think the lessons learned is that I'd rather help people get ahead because clearly I'm a terrible worker, and I really wish I wasn't. I don't think I've ever missed a day of work in my entire life, and that's being honest. I had swine flu when that was back out. I went to work. They had to send me home, and I said, "Hey, the only way you'll send me home is if you're paying me." And they said, "Well, to make sure that no one gets sick, we will pay you." I can remember going to work having tonsils. My tonsillitis, my tonsils were bleeding, and I could not breathe. I could not do anything. I still went to work. So I have no problem going to work. I'm not that guy. I like money, but it just seems that I'm a terrible worker. I got terrible attitude, terrible personality. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know. And I can say honestly, it is me. Because if I've been fired over 80 times, it's me. They're all learning lessons on me. It's everything that I've done. I know that I'm supposed to swallow my pride. I know that I'm supposed to do as they say. When they say jump, I say how high. When they say three bags, all right, three bags full. Like those how it's just how it goes. I have been fired so many times, so I guess we should just call this video "Don't Do Anything That Dustin Does" because horrible, 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 horrible. Yeah. That being said, I'm sure I got a lot more stories. Walmart, I got fired for putting my clothes on a fan and drying them off and saran wrapping myself. I don't know. There's probably a video in that somewhere back in the day. I've been fired. Wow, I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, just oh. They say if you haven't been fired once, you haven't lived life. I apparently have lived so much life that now I just say thank you for the firing and I hope you have a good day. Maybe that's the lesson. I've had two firings just in the last 3 months. It's crazy. I don't even know what to say anymore. Doors are closing. I don't know. I had an interview today. I have an interview tomorrow. Essentially, I just wanted to get back in to the workforce. I got a finance degree. And the reason I went back for finance was my logic is that if I have to work in front of a computer and I just focus on numbers, at least the numbers don't talk back to me. I don't have to talk to it or the screen or whatever. And I could just do business, make money, and live a kosher life. But yeah, I don't get me wrong. As many jobs as I've been fired is probably as many jobs as I've had that haven't fired me. So I'm well over 100 jobs. I know I'm well over 80 firings. So I guess this time I'm really taking my losses before I become the boss. Pay enough money to, I don't know, pay for my rent and utilities and food for the next month. So I guess that's the path that I was supposed to do. I know that everything happens for a reason. I know that God is saying, hey, getting tired of you working for others. Open up your own company, put in the hard work, and the only person that you can be mad at is yourself now. So moving forward, my objective is to treat everyone the best I can treat them, work the hardest I can for them, for the common good, for their common goal. I'm never going to try to judge anyone because obviously I'm a failure in 9 out of 10 things in my life, so it is what it is. Um, yeah, don't know what else to say. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for listening. I don't know, just don't be like me, I guess. Be better. Try to be 1% better. Swallow your pride. Like I said, you can't swallow your pride and you have to work for someone. You know, you're going to be like me. You're just always going to get fired. And it's not that, like, I don't know. It doesn't even hurt me this time. It's just more of a fact of if I would have just stayed till the end of December, if they would have let me go at the end of December, half my debt would have been gone. And it would have been a lot easier to open up this company. Now it just sets me back another week or two, and it's just like I can't ever get ahead. I can't ever put. It's like take 3 steps forward and 6 steps backwards. It's just I don't know. That being said, yeah, I'm sure I got 80 more stories if I can think about them. But for right now, on the top of my head, had a lot of firings, had a lot of emotional differences. You know, everything's got to be a life lesson. Everything was planned out, and I know that I've had a big mouth, and when I keep my mouth shut, I get in trouble. I know that I've never missed work. I'm never late. I stay overtime. Always try to dress professionally. Always try to be the best person I could be. Just not good enough. And I know that I can be better, and I just don't know how to be better. So I'm going to focus on my job opportunity tomorrow. I'm going to apply for jobs later today. I'm going to work on more of this website. I actually got all of my questionnaires done, so I'm so close to getting this done. I don't even know what to do. I got a lot of people that like me, but I don't ever want to ask for anything from anyone because if I can't do it myself, at the end of the day, who can I rely on? So take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better. Divinity, virtue, divine timing. Everything happens for a reason. Don't be late. God bless. Sorry, I might sneeze, but God bless. Amen. And I just wish everyone peace, happiness, and you know what? If you need to know how to get hired, I can show you how to do that. If you need to fix up your resume, apparently, me being fired 80 times, my resume must be really good if I get all these job opportunities and interviews. Thank you for everything, and I just wish you all the best. God bless.